Hello everybody, Anop here. Welcome back to some more Degrees of Lewdity. Yes. Sleek, what mischief did you partake in to find this? I was sneaking around the docks and I found it hidden in the shipping container. Yeah! Call out the nasty crime skullduggery playthrough. Sticky fingers, huh? I understand. When you find the perfect treasure hidden away somewhere, it's hard to pass it by. It's a slippery slope, though. One accusation turns into another, and another. Then next thing you know, well, she gestures to the items around you. If you're not careful, you end up with quite a collection. Is that such a bad thing? Of course not. But I hope you'd still find time to stop by and see this collection. She takes a seat and you blink. Don't recall there seeing two chairs here before, but it's not the first time you lost track of things in the shop. Take the seat next opposite her. Gwylan leans forward. I'm curious though, she asks, sneaking around the docks like that. Surely they were far more valuable treasures to steal. Monetarily, at least. But I think you can appreciate the right piece of clothing is worth more than gold. You think about Gwylan hugging her cherished tunic to her chest. It's a personal subject to her. I can't say many people who would pick some clothes they found shoved in a container, let alone wear it. So, why did this one speak to you? Say you met someone interesting there. Say you were intrigued by the symbol nearby. Say you want to show off your figure. Say you thought they would come in handy. I just thought they would sell. I was just robbing the place for money. I didn't know the better places to rob. The dog paid pretty good. But yeah, sure, I thought they would come in handy. Fair enough. It's easier to sulk around at night. Sulk? I thought sulk was like a sad thing, like oh, you're sulking, you're a little sad boy sulking. Sulk around at night if you blend in darkness. Nothing else. Dress like the person. What? Nothing dresses like the person you want to be can boost the confidence. I'm sure it proved useful. She looks at your fox ears. Very useful, I imagine. Plus, you add, I bumped into another person there. When I broke into the container, someone pulled a gun at me. Gwylan's eyes widen. I assume it wasn't a law enforcement, since you were here and not in prison. A smuggler. I'm not sure what she was doing there, or how she intended to get out. I had really thought about it before, but she wasn't locked inside. An unexpected surprise for both of you, then. Do you think she's locked herself in by mistake, then tried to play it cool when you gallantly rescued her? She was secretive for sure. She looks at the cat suit. Looks like it would fit me. So, wait. She was secretive for sure. Okay, it was me saying that. Okay, I was like, wait, whose line is this? I'm sure the intended recipient didn't miss it. Thanks for sharing. You always have the most intriguing adventures. You have to tell me if you go on another daring exploit of larceny and now that we have the right get up. You show Gwylan rags. These are just scraps of cloth. They should not be in the shop. I keep trying to get rid of them, but they show up again. No, these were actually showed up. What? No, actually, these showed up after I helped Winter with some demonstration over at the museum, you explain. She immediately perks up. We acquired Winter and I. She visited the shop we're acquainted. I'm stupid. Winter and she visits the shop every now and then. She bought these useless rags for me too. I don't know why. She could use any old scraps of cloth, but she insists on using these. You think you see the benefits hint of resentment in Gwylan's face as she looks down at the rags, but you might have imagined it. She scratches. What? She scratches. We have many stories to share, and I'd actually like to remember them. I heard of one day, same time tomorrow. You search around for Gwylan. Noise you heard, bro. You find her waiting behind an old counter. She's wearing an open-shoulder green tunic. There's a thick belt around her waist, bound and tied with all manners of items. A small brown sack tied with some rope, several glass vials tucked into her pouches, a small knife, a leather sheath, and various knickknacks and charms. Good timing. I'm glad you decided to come. Help? This action will take your hand-holding virginity. Oh no! I'm gonna be a slut. She claps her hands together. Wonderful. I'm excited. I can't remember the last time I had help with this. We'll be going deeper into the forest. By the end of the day, your curiosity should be stated. She pinches her cheek. Stay close. I don't want you getting lost. Take her hand. She walks beside you, holding out your hand. You grab one of hers. Having your hand held feels nice. She hums but keeps walking. She hesitantly squeezes your hand back. Good idea. We're less likely to get separated this way. She starts humming again after a short while. She leads you down a path. Down a path that would be invisible if you weren't looking for it. Trees close around you. When you emerge, you're much deeper in the forest. It wouldn't be much further now. She stops and kneels down, releasing her hand, expecting something in the dirt. In fact, what? In the dirt. In fact, you are already here. You look around. Thanks to your tinny skills, you know this is the contested territory. All sorts of beasts, even some predatory plants, clash in this section of the forest. Gwylan coughs. You look back to her and you see she's holding a bullet casing. Another lovely choking hazard, as if the beast it were spent on wasn't disturbance enough. She deposits it in a small bag on her belt. She quickly returns to her chair demeanor as she pulls 3 tinctures from her belt, holds it to you. Pick one. The tinctures are filled with dark fluids and small pieces of paper attached to their stoppers. One has a sketching of wolf head, another has a sketching of a fox jumping, the final one is sketches of leaves. This would be the most dangerous, but also present the largest opportunity for us to cleanse the poison. I feel like if I cheat, it'll break the game, though. I don't want to break the scene. Well, I mean, if we gotta go for it, go for it. You point at the tincture with leaves. Sketches. She uncorks it with a loud pop, putting the tinctures back in her belt. This will produce a scent that will beckon all of the natural born of the forest. It's something I brewed from the nectar. You try to sniff, but she holds the tincture away from you. It's also a potent hallucinogen. Thanks. If you're not used to that kind of thing, it can be very dangerous. And starts doing some sketches. Once I play this, we'll need to run back to my garden. I'll leave a scent trail for them to follow. She'll keep direct eye contact with you as she stretches. I mean it. We'll have to run. We can't take the shortcut. Limber up. Sure. You spend some time stretching. You know how to prepare for things like this. Thankfully, all your time dancing. You're even outpaced Gwylan. She looks impressed by just how flexible you are. Whenever next time comes, it should be a little easier now. You got the experience. You got my expectations up. The two of you conclude stretching. Ready? She puts out her hand. She puts her hand on the tincture. Ready. I'll race you there. Well, the fuck you will. Race her. You're in the forest, racing Gwylan back to the forest shop. The trees are thick, you're still deep in. Your fox-like instincts are sharp during the chase. It smells like Gwylan is nearby. about the same distance from the shop as you are. Race! Run! That's right, I'm not gonna lose this race. You're in the forest, racing Gwylan back to the shop. The trees are thick, you're still deep in. You get a good workout, you push yourself, and manage to make good progress. Your fox-like instincts are sharp and detect the chase during the chase. You tell Gwylan is a short distance behind you. Run! Run! You're in the forest, racing Gwylan back to the forest shop. You get a good workout, you push yourself, you manage to make good progress. Your fox-like instincts are sharp during the chase. Then run again. Yes! Keep running. Hell yeah, get fucking smoked! I'm not competitive, guys. You make the final stretch with grace. You don't see Gwylan hear you. You won! Hell yeah. Sometime later, she shows up. She's breathing heavy. I'm impressed. Very impressed. I know well how to move through the forest. There aren't many that can outpace me. We're not done yet. The two of you head into the garden. Ah. Jeez, look at this wall of text. Hold up. You enter the garden. Gwylan enters just after you, holding 2 glasses of water, one handing them to you What? Holding 2 glasses of water, handing one of them to you before downing the other. She sits down next to a large wooden tub. She disappears around the corner. You hear something like a switch being flipped. The garden is bathed in pools of dancing green light. She's wearing a silken robe and holding a bucket. She places it down and lights an incense burner before walking to a wooden hatch against the wall of the garden. She unlocks it and opens it, revealing a moss-covered hole behind it. One of the forest spirits is bound to have caught my scent. They are capricious, so I'll need to appease them before they arrive. She drops the head of the hose in the wooden tub. This mixture isn't just for scent, it's a primer for sedation and suggestion too. Sounds it's most effective in this particular. It's not likely to be affected by with it. What? It's not likely to be affected with the scent we use. The forest is in you. What? Though we have different tinctures. They might have eluded you too. After taking a few slow, deep breaths, you start to sing a soft melody. What? She starts to sing a soft melody. You heard it somewhere before, but you're not sure where. She's closed her eyes. What? She closes her eyes and raises her head. After holding the tune for a moment, she adds words of the song. They're in another language you don't understand. She raises a hand after the first verse, the sleeves of her robe dancing in the wind. After the fourth, the words pause, and she begins to slowly, elegantly dance. Falling leaves swirl around in the wind, joining her in the dance. It's very pretty, and a sense of calmness washes over you. The dance slows to stop. Why'd I say slop? As she begins the final verse, returning to the same melody that the song began with. She finishes it with a flourish. She lets out a long breath before turning to you with a blush. I don't think I've ever had an audience before. I'm sure others have heard it, but no one being in the garden with me. You're the first. I hope that satisfies your curiosity. You sit and wait with Gwylan, enjoying the sounds of nature. It's quite cozy in the garden, so long as you don't focus too hard on some of the more unusual things growing here. Flicks of the green light creep into your peripheral vision. As the incense fills the air, you ponder the song and what Gwylan could have been singing about. You wonder if you just be scrubbing down whatever arrives, like you saw Gwylan do when you snuck in. Gwylan hums and kicks her feet. You're not deviant enough to get head start on the cleaning the plant girl. Oh. Wait. In our pod, what? The rest of the time passes in silence. You don't have to wait too long. You both steer as you hear slithering and dragging. Gwylan quickly stands. Walking over to the hatch, she crouches beside it, ready to close it. From the hull, several vines emerge, growing tense and pulling something else through. A fit girl with orange and red leaves branded into her hair emerges. She wears a garb matching, but there's many of the leaves are withered or blackened. Who sings the wild song? Who beckons? She musters. Her eyes are vacant, staring into nothing. Gwylan slowly shuts and locks the hatch behind her and takes her hand. She offers no resistance. Gwylan walks her over to the wooden tub. Her eyes faintly glow with the green light. Since you interrupted my last ritual, she thought, now you get to see what the exact treatment comes in. The poison spreads almost quickly when mating. Whoa. Which also means the best way to extract it. Here in my garden, we can make sure it doesn't spread further. Is neutralizing it. She points to her tummy and our bodies. Yo! We'll be washing her first though. She leans into the plant girl. Bath time. On commit, the plant girl slowly lifts herself from the ground with her vines and dips into the tub. The vines tremble and delight with the warm water, dangling off the sides as even intervals. What? I guess we'll wash. Gwylan hands you the sponge and a pair of small shears and starts to spray the fit plant girl's leaves with a spray bottle. Whatever she sprays with sizzles and bubbles on contact, and she starts to relax. Dryad nectar is binding substance. It sponges up the poison and blocks the rest from escaping the clogged faucet. What? Like a clogged faucet. Oh. We'll be extracting as much as we can first, however. We're going to prune her very carefully. Gwylan slowly cuts a withered flower from her hair and places it in the bucket. The plant girl winces but doesn't tense up at all. I can't pronounce. Oh my god. I'm just done. Are especially sensitive to the taint. It becomes too much and they become a source themselves. Physically, removal of the taint flora has to come first. You start to look for any dead or wilted foliage on her. Your touch is gentle but firm. You don't cause her much discomfort. You and Gwylan end up half filling the bucket with dead foliage. Gwylan finishes up and please, there's so much time. We need to move on. She squeezes her sponge out and over the plant girl. Follow me. Sips by the tub, so you follow too. Jesus, what am I getting myself into? And moves tracks it. Bloom. Gwylan grabs the light. Wait, what? Gwylan resists a single finger. A blurry light dances on the end, like a firefly. It follows her finger, and the fit plant girl's head moves to track it. Bloom. Gwylan grabs the light in the other palm and snaps her fingers. The plant girl shudders. Her leaves cover her, begin to move to expose more of her opening, like one big flower. Gwylan nods. I've seen worse. You notice that there are some discolored patches of skin around her body, with cracks forming at the center. She'll be okay after we finish the cleansing. The fit plant girl shudders and starts to breathe heavy. She turns and smiles at you. She's ready. I need your help to extract the poison. Make her release as much nectar as possible, however you can. I'll be right here next to you. Jesus. Jesus. I don't think I can show any of this. Well, I don't know why I was so aggressive with my pants. The taste of nectar permeates your mouth. Yabba dabba doo. Just for reasons. Flesh, you're both covered in nectar. Jesus. Sorry, the nectar is getting to me. She gets very close to you and starts to collect the nectar from your skin. She helps by scraping it into a glass beaker, and then you help her to do the same with the nectar over her. Lust. It takes a long while, but she smiles once it's done. Alright, we're both all sticky now, so bedtime. Oh. She opens her eyes and looks as expecting something. Are you waiting for your invitation? So polite, come in. There's plenty of room for us both. You strip your underwear and join her. A lot of lewd fluids wash into the water. The warm water through you brief, exposing your virgin. Oh, jeez. Yabbo double. With your hands. What? Oh. You're so embarrassed. Your heart beats fast. You are feeling in control, but performing such a lewd act soothes you. You feel weightless, as if the alcohol dulls your inhibitions. What? You sit opposite Gwylan. She doesn't seem all bothered at all to be exposed. The water warmth and soothes you. Fuck! She looks down into your soaked clothes. Why are you shy? You're adorable. Gwylan reaches for a bottle outside the tub and starts to dump it into the water. It fills with suds. Help Gwylan wash. Ooh. You push over to Gwylan and start to scrub her down. She looks surprised but doesn't stop you. Oh, you could get to my back kit. She moves forward, giving you room. There are some fresh scratch marks on her back, alongside plenty of old ones. You put out a few more. You pick out a few more stray thorns. She winces at once you pull. You avoid touching anywhere too conspicuous. I don't know. Gwylan avoids eye contact for most of the time. The two of you sit in silence for a few minutes. The smell of the garden and the warmth of the water fills you with serenity. Fuck. Well, now you know what I'm about, she says with a smile. I spent several days each week gathering the ingredients for the ritual, while my body purifies the taint from the previous week. I call out to a suffering, tainted denizen of the forest in hope that I will get no answer. But I always do. I always will, so long that the Elk River poison flows into the forest. She rests an arm against the rim of the tub, into the tree line. It's never easy. Sometimes it goes wrong, and the trance wears off too quickly, and sometimes they get too excited and make it hurt. Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes love breaks skin. Gwylan harshly scrubs a spot near her neck. She scrubs until some concealer is washed away, revealing a deep bite scar. A long moment of silence passes over like a storm cloud. I don't think anyone else would understand. You're different, though. Your stories are fascinating. You've got a beautiful, curious mind. You've been around. You've seen what lurks under the surface. You suffered, yet you're still here. Her body slings back under the water. Her voice is somber. Most get chewed up and swallowed before they truly understand what happens to them. It only gets worse. I can't hope to keep up with how fast the poison proliferates. Not alone, at least. She looks at you. Maybe. I was waiting for someone as curious as you'd stumble in. Someone who sees just how dirty the world has become. Someone I can trust. I won't insist upon you. I know there is a lot, but it won't be easy. Someone like you by my side. Someone to share this burden with. It's a selfish desire. I offer nothing in return because I have nothing to give. This isn't a request or a service. It's thankless work, which one tolerates, learns to enjoy or abandon. She sinks in further in the water. There's no hard feelings if you refuse. I just hope this doesn't scare you off for good. The two of you enjoy the silence of the forest, basking in the sun. You did very well today. I can already feel it. I could have done it without your help either. She looks at the forest, tapping a finger on the side of the tub. Of course, the more fluids we extract, the more effective it will be. Most animals only have so much to give, though. The dryads are a special case. She stares at the stains of nectar on the ground where you tended to the plant person. Purging is more efficient between same species, but none of the forest's natural denizens have the capability to do so without human intervention. It's a poison we made, so we must cleanse. Even just having an extra pair of capable hands makes a big difference. Thank you. I was able to prune much more of the dryad's tainted leaves. She looks as tight as something on in the note. We're plenty clean outside. Time for me to get dirty on the inside. She stands and wraps a towel around her waist, stepping out of the tub. Your part here is done. You may leave. Thank you. Stay. Since you give me a choice, I'll stay. She looks surprised but smiles. You're certainly welcome to. She gestures to a raised section of the garden, retained by stone ledge. You sit down. You sit down, now robe next to you. She holds a bucket full of tainted plant person foliage. The fun part is over. This is the miserable bit. You watch as she picks up the antique salt shaker, unscrews the top, and dumps the entire thing into the bucket. She then shakes the bucket around. What in the world are you? She starts to ask. You don't get this since finished when she pulls out one of the dead leaves from the bucket, covers it in salt, and eats it. It sounds crunchy. Bleh. She turns to you and smiles after swallowing. Yes, it's vile. That's where the salt is for. It must mask most of the taste. Why, you ask? She holds up a finger as she chews. This one seems much less pleasant than the first. She reaches for a small glass of water right next to you, which you didn't see when you sat down. She drinks it, forcing herself to swallow the leaf. Sorry. The crunchy ones aren't so bad. It's the chewy ones that really make you want to vomit. Jesus. You stare at her for a moment. Oh, you mean, why am I eating them? Well, they're tainted. If I leave them to decay, the poison will leak back into the world. Yeah, but humans filtrate poison too. I mean, that's why we waste urine and defecation. So, unless you're storing your body fluids somewhere special, then you would pour the poison back into the thing, unless your body can break down and use the poison. Use them as seasonings on my crepes. Sometimes I just salt them like this. The thorns are capable of injecting the poison like a stinger, so for those I simply... She pulls out one in the bucket and sticks it into her skin. When dryads get particularly tainted, some of their vines become oversaturated, and those vines can't be purged. They have to be amputated and consumed too. I typically chop them up and use them in various dishes over the span of the week. It's easier on me if I don't do it all at once. She pulls the thorn back out of her skin. It's noticeably lighter. Shades now. I'm quite used to it. I have a routine after all. Not that I particularly mind having that routine changed. I'm glad you're here and grateful that you chose to stay. Can I eat some of the poison? Let me help, you say. I can take half. Gwylan stops just before putting a withered flower petal in her mouth. You want to share the burden with me? She looks surprised, but slowly grows a brighter smile. That means more to me than you know. Thank you. It hurts my purity. I guess it is corruption. So I guess eating corruption naturally will make you less pure. I was making sure I was still recording. She digs through the bucket in a moment, lets you find a crunchy one. After a moment, she pulls out a small blackened leaf and hands it to you. It doesn't look too bad. You pop it in your mouth and start chewing. It's the single most vile thing you've ever tasted in your life. Gwylan puts a hand over your mouth and another on your back. I'm sorry, but you can't spit it out. It's a struggle, but you manage to force yourself to swallow it. Gwylan holds her hand over your mouth for another moment, but he slowly releases you. You're telling me it's even worth without salt? Gwylan nods. The two of you pick away at more of the tainted leaves, and sometimes it doesn't taste quite as bad when shared. Thank you. Oh, that's her speaking. It doesn't taste quite as bad when shared. Thank you again. Relax with Gwylan. You look at Gwylan. Oh, you see Gwylan in the chef jacket and hat. They look easy to clean. She frills the jacket and gently feels for material. I have a few similar articles in material. I mean, I'm quite prone to spills in the kitchen. How did you come across this? You explain your time working as a chef at the cafe, and how the jacket showed up in the shop after the grand reopening. Gwylan smiles. The cafe is better than ever thanks to you. Yeah, totally. The Ocean Breeze Cafe has been part of my routine for a very long time. Yet the buns have never been as good as they are now. Things don't suddenly improve like this. Not this much. And not in such a short span of time. Everywhere I look, it comes back to you. You got a secret. She leans in even more and her face is nearly touching. Won't you tell me? I won't say a word to anyone else, I promise. Her request reverberates in your mind. Your lips feel loose. The gloom of the shop becomes oppressive, and your peripheral vision becomes dark, leaving only Gwylan's freckled, smiling face. Sure. Might ask for a sample in the future. You told Gwylan the key is in the cream. And it's exactly how you make it. She listens carefully. Her smile gradually fading into an impressive ponder. Fascinating. You use your own body fluids? She starts to grill you for more details, such as your diet and medication you take. She gives you a sophisticated smile when she's done. Thank you. Your secret is safe with me. She pats her head. I may ask for a sample in the future. Oh, sure. Her eyes go wide as you put pristine. Let me see. She grabs for them. You hand them over. Such a waste to wear them like this, she says, thumbing the feathers. This would be great, and she looks up to you. I must know how you got the shop to show these to you. If I found them first, they wouldn't be for sale. You explain your time in the castle with the Great Hawk. You realize you're probably making her sound a lot more terrifying than she actually is. But you also realize that they're probably how she would want to be described. So they're finally returning after all. Gwylan muses. I thought the sites were falsified. Wonderful, wonderful, she says, practically jumping up and down. I have to plan a trip to the moor. I need to make sure I can get close enough and... She suddenly stops and looks at you. In fact, I could use your help. You said you're already close with a harpy that controls the tower. I may request that you bring me some of her feathers next time I need a favor. Oh, that might be difficult. Can you elaborate how do you keep track of it? She gives you a tired smile. I'm glad you asked. I haven't had the time to set up my usual method of tracking it, but it's something you might be able to help me with. If it's not too much trouble. She sends in order to measure the taint. I'll need some fluid samples. She vanished into the dark room. Not from you. I needed a diverse array of samples from people of the town. 3 samples should be enough. I'm sorry to ask something so dangerous of you. I just can't use the fluids of those I lure here, as those are always oversaturated. The readings wouldn't be accurate. I would be asking if it wasn't important. Be safe, please. What's about your tattoos? Those tattoos are really neat. The ones on your stomach. Gwylan blushes and moves her hand to her stomach to ensure they're not visible. Thank you. It's a family symbol, or rather a symbolic passage down through the family. She corrects herself. She takes a moment to compose herself. You're not sure why such a simple comment has her off guard. It represents the seed of life and my obligation. It's supposed to help me purify the poison and take it in. I had it for such a long time, I can't remember. She stares at the gloom. A 3-cornered knot with no beginning or end. They cannot be untied. Part of me is in the forest. Part of me, the forest is in... Alright, but yeah, let me end this recording here and I'll see your lovely faces next time. Ciao.